Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to share with you my August beauty favorites. So basically I'm going to just show you all the things I've been loving to use this month. I'll also probably share a couple non-beauty related things like movies slash books slash music, that type of stuff. So if you'd like to see what I've been liking this month, then please keep watching. So first off, I just wanted to share my shirt with you real quick because I like this shirt. If I lift it up, it says La Jolla. La Jolla. And I like this shirt, and I got this shirt from Forever 21 because the college I went to is in La Jolla. When I saw this shirt on Forever 21's website, I was like, I gotta have a La Jolla shirt. I mean, I've never seen a shirt on Forever 21's website that said La Jolla on it. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you're not familiar, La Jolla is in San Diego. So I like it. It's fun to wear. La Jolla. Gotta rep La Jolla. One of my favorites that I've been using this month a ton, and this is like my favorite powder to use right now, is the Skin Food Buckwheat Loose Powder. It comes in this jar, and I have the shade 10, which is their lightest shade, I believe. It's just a basic loose powder that you could use to set your face, and this is a Korean beauty brand. I love this powder. It is so good. It's my new favorite setting powder. I've only been using this since I got it and tried it out. It works so well to set your face. Like, you can bake with this. I, before this, didn't really ever bake under my eyes because I don't know, I feel like the powders I used weren't the types that you could use to bake. They were the 100% silica powders. I mean, I guess you could try to use Bare Minerals Mineral Veil to bake, but that doesn't really work very well. And Mineral Veil, actually, depending on what foundation I wear or concealer I use under my eyes, it could kind of oxidize and change to turn a little bit darker, which I don't like. So anyway, before I didn't really bake because I have never tried any of the baking powders like the Ben Nye powder or the RCMA powder or the Kat Von D, Laura Mercier, all of those powders that everyone uses to bake and set their face. I've never tried them. This is the first one I've used and I love it. It's amazing. You get 23 grams in here, which is a lot of product. So for comparison, a jar of the original Mineral Veil, which is their normal size, is 6 grams. So this is 23 grams. You almost get 4 times more product in the Skin Food one compared to the Mineral Veil. And the Skin Food retailed for, I believe, $13, $13.50, something like that, which is super reasonable because one jar of Mineral Veil I think is around $18, something like that. It's around the $20 range. This is a way better deal and it works way better. It's like not even comparable. Like, I do like Mineral Veil for setting my face at times, but I have noticed that depending on what foundation and concealer I use, it could sort of oxidize my makeup a little bit. But this one doesn't do that at all. It sets all of the foundations and concealers I've tried with it so far. It sets them beautifully. It doesn't change the color. It brightens your under eye area a little bit, but it doesn't make it look too light. And they have more than one shade, so I got the lightest shade that they had in the store. I believe they had at least 2 other shades. If you have darker skin than me, then you could probably try one of those shades if you were interested, and it would probably work for you. And it comes with a powder puff in the container, and then it has a sifter to prevent too much product from coming out at once. But I absolutely love this powder. I have it on my face today to set my makeup, and it just makes your skin feel so smooth and silky. It absorbs all the oils and it doesn't dry out your skin. It's just amazing. And it smells good. So depending on your preference, if you don't like products that have a scent to them, you might not like it, but I think it smells really good. It has a really clean, like, skincare smell, if you know what I mean. I don't know. It just smells amazing. So I love this. I'll try to link down below in the description box where I can find it. I'm probably going to have to link an Amazon link because I did go onto the Skin Food US website a few days ago and I couldn't find it on there. I'm not sure if it maybe they just don't sell it on that website or if it's a new product. I'm not really sure. I hope they're not discontinuing it. Like, I really hope they don't discontinue this product because I really like it. I did see it on Amazon, so I will at least link it in Amazon down below. Okay, so my next favorite is this guy. It's from the brand Skin Food as well. It's the Rice Brightening Facial Cleansing Tissue, and there's 80 sheets in here, which is a ton of sheets. It kind of looks like a baby wipes container because usually when you get makeup wipes or facial cleansing wipes, usually you only get 20 to 30 in a container unless it's the jumbo size, but this is the only size they had for this one and it has 80 in it, which is a ton, so it's gonna last forever. I also got this at the Skin Food store when I got the powder, and I really like these. These work really well to remove your eye makeup, to remove all the makeup on your face basically, and they smell so good. Like, they smell so clean and it just smells amazing. They're super soft. It just looks like any typical face wipe. It's actually pretty big, you know, rectangle like this. It doesn't work super duper well for eyeliner and mascara, especially if you use an eyeliner and mascara that is waterproof. Like, it works fine for me. It's just not a super strong eye makeup remover, but it still works. But it works really well for removing eyeshadow and removing all of my face makeup. It doesn't irritate my skin. It hasn't been clogging my pores or causing me to break out. So I really like these. and they don't leave a residue on your face. They leave your skin feeling really clean. My next favorite is an eyeshadow palette. It's from the brand Tarte. It's the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 eyeshadow palette, and I got this in my BoxyCharm this past month. Ever since I got it, I've been using it a lot. I love this palette. It's so beautiful. They are so creamy and blendable and so pigmented. They are definitely very creamy and very buildable. You don't necessarily need to use a setting spray or anything to kind of create a more foiled effect with these shimmery shades. They're just so pretty. I'll swatch a couple of them so you can see how beautiful they are. So this is how the shades swatch on my hand. I hope it's showing up well for you, but I just think these swatch so nicely, and they apply just as well on my eyelid as they do on the back of my hand. They're just so creamy and blendable and buttery, and I love them. And you can definitely do a lot of different looks with this, so I really like this. And then another palette that I've really been liking this month is this one from the brand Blink. It's the Electric Eyes palette, and these are the shades that it comes with. They're so pretty. This was also from BoxyCharm a couple months ago, but I love this palette. This palette is something that I've been reaching into a lot this past month. The shades are so pigmented and so creamy, and you don't need a setting spray. You could use a setting spray, but you don't need it. They're just like really nice. Like, look at how pigmented that is. That's just one swipe without anything underneath it. It looks amazing. I've been using this palette a lot this past month. I've been loving it. It's really good. My next favorite is the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit in the light to medium one. This is their powder contour kit, and these are the shades that it comes with. I've been using this for the past couple months to contour basically all the time, every single day, and I just have really grown to like using this palette. I always use this middle shade to contour my nose and my cheekbones and then a lot of my forehead, and then I use the two matched highlight shades. One is more pink toned and one is more yellow toned. I use that to blend my nose contour. I apply it to the bridge of my nose, and I also use it on the sides to blend it out, and you can also use it to set under your eyes. I don't use it to set under my eyes, but once my eyes are set, I do add a little bit just to brighten up the area a little bit. And anytime that your contour or bronzer doesn't look blended enough, you can use the matte highlight shades just to help blend it out or lighten it up a little bit. I don't really go into the other shades too much, but I love these three. They work amazing for me. And this is the only palette or the only contour shades I have found that work really well for my specific nose. So just because I have pretty fair skin, and a lot of other contour powders tend to be either too dark or too pigmented, so it's hard to blend out my nose, but this one works amazing for me. So if you are looking for a contour kit, I would definitely recommend this one. It's really good. Okay, my next favorite is a lip product, and you probably, if you've been watching my most recent videos, you probably already know what it is, but it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Dolce. I love this shade. I'm not wearing it right now. Right now I have the Tarteist lip paint in the shade Rosé. It's their matte lip paint. This is actually another one of my favorites. I love this formula. It's super comfortable to wear even though it is a matte formula. It's not too thick, and it doesn't look cakey or clumped up or nasty on your lips, and it doesn't emphasize the lines. So this actually works really well too. This one is one of my favorites just because I love the shade. It's so pretty. This formula for this specific one works well for me. I actually was trying this one out again just to see if I still like it, because this is the first liquid lipstick I got from Anastasia, and I actually don't like this anymore. This is in the shade Milkshake. This one like sucks. Like, I know I used this in some of my first videos last year. I used this because this was one of the first really pale nudes I got. But if you have dry lips, or even if your lips don't look very dry, when you put this on, they look dry and it emphasizes your lines. You know how some liquid lipsticks, if they're the light nude shades, they kind of could create a really nasty looking ring on the inside of your mouth. This does that, and it looks nasty, and the last time I put this on, I had to remove it because I didn't like how it looked, and it made my lips look disgusting. Even though I like the shade, I think it's really pretty, I just don't like the formula. But this one, for some reason, the formula works really well, so I don't know why. I guess their formula differs between what shade you get. This one, I don't have any issues with that. It applies really nicely in one coat. I don't notice that it cracks or settles into my lines too much. I mean, it does settle into your lines a little bit, definitely more than the Tarte one. This one, like, barely settles into your lines. So this formula is better in my opinion, but I just love this shade, so I've been using it a lot, and it lasts really well throughout the day. Once it dries down, it doesn't transfer too much. So my next favorite is this one, is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Lawn Wear Illuminating Foundation in the shade White, which is their foundation lightener. I like this because I can basically use it with any foundation if it's a little bit too dark for me. Sometimes you might get a foundation and it looks like the right shade, but it might be a little bit too dark. So it's really nice to have this because you could adjust any foundation you have, or even a concealer, just to make it the right shade. So I've been using this with a lot of my foundations just to get the perfect shade, and it works really well. I almost forgot to mention this. Now, this is a brand new, very new product that I've only been trying for maybe like a week now, but in the short time I've had this has become one of my favorite foundations. It's the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation, and I have the shade Champagne 03. I received this from Influencer, and Influencer is a company where you review products on their website or on their app, and then sometimes they'll send products to you to try out, test, and review for free. So this is a product I got for free from them just to test it out and review it, and actually I'm like really appreciative that they sent this to me because I think this would probably be like $30 to $40 normally. I'm not exactly sure, something like that. This is amazing. This is like one of my favorite foundations I have at the moment. It works so well. It has a matte finish, but it's not super dry, so it's not going to dry out your skin. So I feel like if you have dry skin, you can still use this. It's not as drying or as matte as the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. It is much more comfortable in my opinion, and it's much easier to blend out. It's more liquidy, so it doesn't just set down and stick to your face right away. You have some time to blend it out. It has amazing coverage. It has medium to full coverage, but I would say it's more close to full coverage unless you use less product, then it would be medium. It just has amazing coverage. It blends so nicely. It doesn't look like makeup once you blend it out. It looks like your skin. It doesn't emphasize your pores. It actually blurs my pores, which most foundations don't really do that. Usually primers could blur my pores, but foundations rarely will blur my pores. But this one actually made my pores look smaller, which is crazy because that doesn't usually happen. So I am a big fan of this. I love this. It's really good, and I would have worn it today except for I did my Ipsy bag unboxing today, so I used the BB cream that was in my Ipsy bag. So I don't have this on my face right now, but basically every other day I've been doing my makeup the past week, I've been using this because it's so good. I would definitely recommend trying this if you haven't. It is really good. I love it. It does have SPF in it, SPF 20, just so you know. I've really been liking using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the original shade for my brows, and I learned this tip from What Would Lizzie Do?, who is another YouTuber who most of you probably already know who she is because she has a way bigger channel than I do, and she's amazing. She's so sweet and funny and beautiful. So I watch her, and she recommended in the past that she uses eyeshadow primer on her brows before she puts her brow makeup on, just so that the brow powder, pencil, whatever she uses stays better and it applies better and it lasts longer throughout the day. So I tried doing that and it works really well. So I just wanted to share that. I've been applying this to the skin on my brows before I put any powder or pencil on them. It helps the products to apply better and also last longer throughout the day. The last beauty product I want to mention is this from Aveda. It's the Damage Remedy Daily Hair Repair. This is a travel size. The full size is much bigger. I got this when I got my hair done, when I got my hair colored. The hairstylist I went to, she recommended using this because my hair was lightened quite a bit, so my hair was going to be damaged, so she recommended using this just to help restore my hair back to, you know, being healthy. And this works really well. I also had a trial size or a travel size of the shampoo and conditioner from the same Damage Remedy line, and I was using that shampoo and conditioner for probably the 2 weeks after I got my hair colored, and it worked really well. Normally my hair with other shampoos and conditioners, my hair is pretty tangled when I get out of the shower, and I usually use some kind of detangler in my hair or leave-in product once I get out of the shower, because otherwise I can't brush my hair out because it'll be too tangled. But once I got the Damage Remedy shampoo, conditioner, and then this daily hair repair, which is a leave-in treatment, my hair has gone back to being more healthy, and I could brush through my hair right when I get out of the shower before I even put this in it. So just the shampoo and conditioner on its own was enough to moisturize my hair and really help detangle it, but then I think this over time really helped to repair it. So I really like this. I did run out of it, and I ran out of the shampoo and conditioner. I do want to repurchase these, but Aveda is kind of expensive for shampoos, so I'm not sure if I'm just going to get the daily hair repair because it's a leave-in product that you don't use as much, you know. Shampoo and conditioner I get through them faster than styling products, so I think if I'm gonna get anything, I'll probably get this. But I definitely really like the shampoo and conditioner. It's just that it's a little bit expensive. I love this. It worked amazing. It saved my hair from basically turning into a damaged, dry straw. I think those are all the beauty products I wanted to share. I'll just share some of my random general favorites now. For coffee, my favorite coffee, I get either the hazelnut or the vanilla Dunkin' Donuts coffee pods, and they are so good. I don't think they have any added sugar, I'm pretty sure, because they don't taste sweet. They just have the flavor of hazelnut or vanilla. I actually want to check that because I really hope there's no sugar in it, but I don't think so. I think it's just coffee beans. So I'm gonna check that. But anyway, they taste really good. I just put milk in it. I don't add any sugar or anything. And it's so good because I love hazelnut or vanilla coffee. Obviously, if you've watched my recent videos, you know that I've been watching Game of Thrones, And that's definitely my favorite TV show of all time, my current favorite, my all-time favorite. Basically, you know, it's definitely my August favorite, but overall favorite as well. The season 7 of Game of Thrones just ended. I personally am so excited for the next season, and I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I don't know if any of you watch Game of Thrones. If you watch YouTube videos about Game of Thrones, there's a lot of YouTubers that just have channels that talk about Game of Thrones or other movies, series, whatever. So I've been watching those because, you know, sometimes I think they're really interesting because they kind of talk about different theories that they have, or, you know, they talk about when the show is supposed to come back, what the latest news is about production, stuff like that. And then when there's spoilers, sometimes they talk about spoilers. But anyway, I've been watching those videos, and then people have been saying that it might not come back till 2019, but it could possibly be the end of 2018. So I really hope it's the end of 2018 and not 2019, because I can't imagine having to wait all the way till 2019. Like I'm 25 right now. It's 2017. So if I have to wait till 2019, I'm gonna be 27 when Game of Thrones comes back. Like, I don't know, that just feels like so long. Like, I know 27 isn't old. I'm still in my 20s, but compared to right now, it's like, that feels like so much time. Like, I'm gonna be closer to 30 when the last season comes out, and that just seems so strange to me. So I want to be 26 when it comes back. I don't know, I'm just weird. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's definitely my favorite show. And I'm reading the book, or the books as well. I'm not caught up with the books yet. I think I'm on book 3. Yeah, I'm reading the books. That's one of my favorites. The other favorite is a movie, which I think I talked about in my last video. I think I mentioned it, but I watched a movie at the end of the month, and it was called Testament of Youth. Testament of Youth. I'm trying to enunciate so you can understand what I'm saying, because sometimes I talk too fast, I know, and you can't understand what I'm saying. It's called Testament of Youth, and it is a movie based on a memoir, and the memoir is a true story, you know, or based on a true story from this woman named Vera Brittain, and she is from England. So the movie is based during World War I, and it's basically her life, what she went through, because she was, I think she was like around 20 when the war started. So it's basically like what she went through, having basically all the men she knew that were around her age going off to the war, and how that affected her life and the rest of everyone in her generation. So yeah, it's a really good movie, and Kit Harington is in it, and he plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. That's how I found the movie originally, because I was watching Game of Thrones YouTube videos, and that came up as a suggested video or a recommended video because he was in it. So I actually never heard of that movie, but it was really good. So it's not brand new. I think it came out in 2014 or 2015, but I would definitely recommend watching it, or at least watching the trailer. It was so good. It's probably, even though I just watched it, I would put it in one of my favorite movies now, because it was just such a emotional movie that really makes you think about things, and I think it has a really good message. Also, since it's based on a true story, it's just more real. I mean, it is real, it happened, even though it was 100 years ago. It just really makes you think about stuff. So I thought it was a really good movie. It's really sad, it'll definitely make you cry, but it's really good. And Alicia Vikander is in that movie, and I think she's an amazing actress, and she's so beautiful. So yeah, that was my favorite movie this past month. It's really good. And I actually started reading the book for that. So yeah. Oh, and I love the soundtrack from that movie. And I love the soundtrack from Game of Thrones. So I have Spotify, like most people, like a lot of people have Spotify, but on my Spotify, you know how you can create different playlists? So I have a playlist that I originally titled Study Music, because I used to play it when I would study for school. It would be like a mix of movie music and classical music, basically all instrumental type music. So that playlist is basically all the Game of Thrones soundtracks, and then I added the soundtrack for the movie Testament of Youth, because it's so beautiful. The music in that movie is so beautiful. So I've been listening to that and the Game of Thrones soundtrack, and then other music too, like stuff you would hear on the radio. Sometimes I just feel like listening to instrumental music rather than listening to what you'd hear on the radio. Like, obviously I like listening to stuff on the radio too, but sometimes I just feel like listening to instrumental music. It might be because I used to play violin when I was in middle school and high school, so I have that background where I like classical instrumental music, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Oh, and I actually started really liking the new Taylor Swift song, Look What You Made Me Do. At first, when I first heard it, I thought it was so weird. I was like, I don't like this. This doesn't sound like Taylor Swift at all. And I was like laughing because I thought it sounded so weird. But then I kept listening to it and it grew on me, and now I really like it. Oh, another show. I forgot. So another show I've been watching that is like totally the opposite of Game of Thrones. It's not like it at all, is Gossip Girl. And I don't know how many of you still watch Gossip Girl because it's not on anymore, but it's on Netflix. I did watch it a little bit when I was in high school, and that was when it was actually on TV. But now I just got back into it because I was running out of things to watch like in between Game of Thrones, and now that Game of Thrones is over, now I like feel like I don't have anything to watch. So I started watching that and I actually really like it. Like I kind of got hooked into watching it. That's something I've been watching. But yeah, those are my beauty favorites and general favorites for the month of August. Let me know in the comments what you've been liking this past month. It doesn't have to be beauty related. It could be basically anything. It could be music, movies, books, food, anything. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!